number 10, a sort of festive feel to it, the perfect gift. I genuinely enjoy thinking about the sorts of gifts to get for people. So in a family context, getting this sort of Secret Santa, I enjoy sort of reflecting on, what person likes, what we've spoken about, and try and come up with something. I do genuinely get a lot from that. But by contrast, I think I'm almost impossible to buy for. At least that's what people tell me. Maybe that's why people don't buy me things. But I don't think I give so much away, and maybe it's harder to buy something from me for me. So what I was thinking was, what better way to know somebody than to look at what they post on Facebook? It can't all be photographs of what they had for dinner, but some of it might be relevant. And I can use the posts from friends on Facebook and distill that down into an understanding of them that can then suggest the perfect gift. Okay, so let's say that this is a post, and a typical post from one of my friends on Facebook. I love the camping trip. It was intense. Hashtag camping. You can see an AI generated campsite there with a massive number of tents right beside each other. It looks bliss, doesn't it? So this is a typical post that they put on Facebook. So what can I do with that? Okay, there's quite a few components to this. A really important component is Power Automate. Again, Power Automate has come up already. Now, Power Automate isn't in and of itself, let's say, an AI solution, but it can power a lot of this, or at least it can form the glue between many of the AI components that you need to work with. It's easy to overlook Power Automate because it's not new. It's been around for a while, but it's a real workhorse here, and it can be very transformative to otherwise static solutions. So here's a typical tweet post that we've been given. Okay, so I love the camping trip. It was intense. There's loads of similar bad pun related posts that my friend has been sort of launching at Facebook over the last year. A key part, like I said, is Power Automate. Power Automate is going to form this connection to Facebook. And an important element of that, the sort of extracting and ultimately cleaning the data from Facebook, is going to happen in Power Automate. What you may know if you use Power Automate, but if you don't, you might not be aware of this. Power Automate has access to hundreds of different connectors. And it's not just to databases and Excel spreadsheets and CSV files. It's to ServiceNow. It's to LinkedIn. It's to Salesforce. It's also to Facebook. I can get information from Facebook, open authentication information from Facebook, and I can land that in my environment. Power Automate is going to extract that. I could build in some cleaning of that data to get it into a particular format. Then we've got the sort of the big guns of Azure Foundry, and specifically with Foundry, using the language components of Foundry. These language components can do things like named entity recognition. So if the person was referring to a particular campsite or a particular band they liked listening to, something that's a recognizable entity that can be picked up. Some key phrases that go with it, and phrases that aren't just the individual words, but the meaning of the whole phrase can be pulled out. As I mentioned before, with visual for how happy the audience are, sentiment mining, opinion mining. So I don't want to sort of give a gift related to camping if each of the posts says, I hated the camping trip. Yes, they include the phrase camping trip, but maybe that's not really what they want to do again this year. So we've got this sentiment mining, opinion mining, pulling out key phrases and extracting that data. So being able to put that data into some other structure like Excel to hold on to it. And then feeding that into Azure OpenAI. And that's what's going to take the input and come up with the gift idea. It feels like the other elements to this are just preamble. Just this happens, then this happens, then this happens, and then the magical happens. Well, yeah, there is something kind of magical about some of the things that Azure OpenAI does, but it's not able to do it without those other steps. It's not able to do it without the friend posting stuff. Okay, so if the friend was posting this, I loved the camping trip. It was intense. I think, and maybe this solution would agree with me, that the best gift for this person would be a book of dad jokes, because that's kind of what it sounds like. Maybe I've missed the point, and maybe I should have got them something related to camping. But I think this might be an inexpensive way to reward them for their generous posts during the year. So this again, there's not one element of this that's overly time consuming or overly complicated. There's not really any code in this. Power Automate is going to do a lot of the work. Power Automate is going to form the connection. Power Automate is going to allow me to orchestrate the next steps that happen. But I just thought this was potentially a nice idea, whether it's to buy a Christmas present or really just to understand somebody or to take remedial action. You know, if we have, like many organizations, we'd have some kind of social media presence. So what's coming through from that? Is there something that we should be aware of, that we should react to? Is there, a way of harnessing that kind of feedback? Okay, so that's number 10 in the list. So hopefully that's 10 ideas that you could use something of. Maybe one of them you might find a use for, maybe a few, but it's about what you need.